As The Independent reports, Elon Musk shares wild conspiracy as to why Ellen DeGeneres has left the United States. You see, this is the game they're playing. The media, they're liars. All Elon Musk did was post an emoji in response to someone else making a claim. But they say he shares the conspiracy. Now, when you see a headline like this, you imagine Elon Musk sitting there either typing away, posting a message, or making a video where he says, I think that Ellen DeGeneres has probably fled the country because her deep connections to P. Diddy would implicate her. When in actuality, someone else said, hey, it's starting to look like this is why Ellen DeGeneres is fleeing the country. And then he just puts like an eyebrow raise, which could mean anything like, for you for real? And tweets like that, when you do this, are intended to share the idea to people without directly putting it on you. I accept that. Sometimes there's a tweet that I see that I'm like, I don't know if it's real or not. I'll say, is this real? Because I want people to see it and then judge it. And I don't want to tell them it is real if I don't know for sure. But this is an actually interesting conspiracy theory that many celebrities are fleeing the country because the P. Diddy files. Now, there's some viral TikTok videos where they're like, who are they blaming? They're saying Leo left, Ye left, they're saying Usher left. I don't know about none of that. But there is an easy opt-out for many of these celebrities because of the Diddy files to be like, oh, Donald Trump won. I better flee the country, which is fascinating, I will say. I don't know, just because Ellen DeGeneres was friends with Diddy or whatever, that means she was going to these freak-offs? Is that what they were called? Freakouts? I don't even know. But certainly people are entertaining the idea, and there is some reason to believe this is the case. Now, my friends, don't take my word for it. Take my word for it. I was recently on Michael Knowles' show, Yes or No, where this question actually came up. And the yes or no with Michael Knowles and me was absolutely fun and amazing. I'll give it a thumbs up. But I want to play this small section of it for you because this is actually interesting. This was a question asked of me like 2 weeks ago. Oh, wow. I can't believe how long it's been. That's wild. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already. Check this out. Due to the Diddy files, this time, many celebrity promises to leave the country if Trump is elected may actually happen. So for those that aren't familiar with yes or no, Michael Knowles' board game, is you ask a question and then you have to guess if the other person is going to say yes or no. So when I ask this question, Michael is trying to figure out if I would say yes or no.
I know how I would answer.
I'd say yes.
You'd say yes, really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'd say yes.
You don't think it's just all going to get swept under the rug like it always does?
Well, let's read this again. May actually happen. So it's implying there is a higher probability this time around. I would actually say, if we're thinking about celebrities plural, many celebrity promises, I would be willing to bet there are a handful, because there's a lot of celebrities.
Yeah.
I think there's a strong possibility. It's not just with the Diddy files, the Epstein files. I think there's a strong possibility that there's fear. Elon Musk said in that interview, when Trump gets elected, the Epstein files are coming out.
Yeah.
These Diddy freakouts or whatever they call them.
Yeah, freak-offs.
Freak-offs. There you go. See, I don't even know what they're talking about.
Yeah. I've only been to a handful.
I think they may actually happen. You see, this I feel like this might be a trick question in a sense, because if it said will actually happen, I may have said no.
Yeah. But you think there is a greater likelihood that people go into these freak-off things since the 90s with P. Diddy, Diddy-Doo-Dog, is gonna that is going to impel them to leave?
So there's a lot of people who said, if Trump wins, I'm leaving the country. And I would say right now that the probability that at least some of them do is greater than chance. So there's the indication they may. So I got to say, when I see this story, that people are claiming, several celebrities, namely Ellen DeGeneres, that she's leaving because of Diddy, I'm like, that's what I was saying, right? So I kind of called this. Look, I get a lot of things wrong, but when I get them right, I'm going to scream into the high heavens. I am not saying, I know for a fact that Ellen DeGeneres has left because of the Diddy things. But what I was saying on Michael Knowles' show was because of the potential, and I'll stress this, the question said may actually leave. If it said they will actually leave, I'd say, well, I don't know about that. I mean, but may actually leave? Yeah, there's a good probability they do. Now, there is speculation that some of these celebrities, and it's not just Ellen, have left because the Diddy freak-off files might come out, and there could be some criminal culpability. According to
I don't know exactly what Diddy did do or Diddy didn't do. I can't believe I have to say that, though. But apparently there's criminal activity implied or alleged or whatever it might be. So there's a lot of celebrities who might be like, time to go. And they have a window right now. It's not just that Donald Trump is going to release information that could be incriminating. It's that they can say, well, the reason I left was because Trump won and I said I would. But let's go back in time. When all of these Democrat celebrity types say, oh, if Republican wins, I'm leaving the country. And then they never do. And now some of them actually are. I don't think it's Donald Trump. Now, it could be because they think Trump is Hitler. Fine, I guess. Here's a story from The Independent. Say Elon Musk has shared a baseless conspiracy theory about comedian Ellen DeGeneres' decision to move to the UK with her wife. The billionaire, who is set to head Trump's DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency, shared a post on Thursday suggesting DeGeneres left the U.S. after the election due to her past affiliation with Diddy. A resurfaced 2016 X, then Twitter post from DeGeneres sparked baseless theories on the platform. And I agree that it's I would say largely baseless. I don't like the word baseless because it implies there's none. But I would say it's minimal. It's meaning like celebrities all know each other. She had it in the show one time. That's probably it. Not only that, this post might have been like, hey, Diddy will come on your show. It'll be big, but you're going to have to put out a post on Twitter for him. It could be like that. So she posted, happy birthday, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, or as I call him, Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff. You don't need to know why. Okay, that's kind of weird, isn't it? I am yes, you are no, tweeted, it makes sense why she fled the country after the election. And Elon Musk says, inquisitive emoji. I call him Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff? Sounds like Ellen's been to a freak off, if you know what I'm saying. They call it baseless. But I don't want to say baseless, not to say that, as I said, there's nothing there, but why is Ellen calling him Cuddle McSnuggle Stuff? What is she doing with Diddy? Combs was arrested in September on sex trafficking and racketeering charges. Federal prosecutors allege that Combs and his associates threatened, abused, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his desires, which allegedly included forcing victims into engaging in recorded activity, which he referred to as freak-offs. Musk's post comes after reports that DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi, moved to the UK. While rumors have spread that the duo left due to Trump's electoral victory, the couple actually purchased the Cotswolds house in October, well before Election Day. That just is, it's more evidence about the Diddy freak-off stuff. Come on. An unnamed source of knowledge of their move told the Daily Mail this week that DeGeneres and de Rossi plan to leave before the election, but are glad to be getting away in the wake of Trump's victory. As things panned out with Trump winning, she is glad she is making the move and going to be away from the U.S. Well, take a look at this. This is an article from Marca.com. Which celebrities have decided to leave the United States after Donald Trump's victory? These are just some of those planning their departure. And so let's zoom in a little bit. We have a list. I don't know if I need to read. What is this? Barbra Streisand. I don't think that Barbra Streisand was going to Diddy freak-offs. Eva Longoria, America Ferrera, Barbra Streisand, Laverne Cox, Cher, Sharon Stone, Minnie Driver, Sophie Turner, Raven Simone, Vivian Wilson, Elon Musk's daughter. Vivian Wilson's not a celebrity, so whatever. And I don't know how many of these people would have actually been at a Diddy freak-off anyway. So there have been many celebrities who are leaving. So here we have Eva Longoria already fled Trump's scary America. Now, basically, what everybody is saying is that these celebrities that are choosing to flee, it's surprising because we've seen things like this before when celebrities claim they're going to leave and then they don't. They didn't in 2016. That was before the Epstein files got released. That was before the Diddy files got, I'm sorry. The Epstein documents that got released are not the names of it's not the client list, but the Epstein files that got released from these court cases implicated Epstein and then Diddy's arrest. So we haven't seen the Diddy list of people involved or the Epstein lists, but Elon Musk did say in an interview that if Trump gets elected, the names are coming out. So Eva Longoria flees. And everyone's like, I wonder what's going on. I don't know that Eva Longoria left because of this, but here's what I tell you. She says, I'm privileged. I can escape and go anywhere else. Now, she's saying she did not leave because of Trump. She's just happy to be gone with Trump. Once again, which is more indicative of the Diddy stuff than anything else, than the Trump stuff, but still not hard evidence that people were involved in anything Diddy did or Diddy is accused of doing. This name is so annoying. Anyway, A number of celebrities from Cher to Sharon Stone vowed to leave the U.S. if Donald Trump was elected to a second term as president. But Eva Longoria has already made good on her plan. The Texas-born actor and director explained in a new profile for Mary Claire, is that how you pronounce it, that she's done with California and now divides her time between Spain and Mexico. Less than 24 hours after Harris conceded the election to Trump last week, Longoria contacted the Mary Claire writer and said the shocking part is not that he won, it's that a convicted criminal who spews so much hate could hold the highest office. I hate to break it to you, lady. He ain't a convicted criminal no more. Because the sentencing has been indefinitely delayed, shut down effectively, so there's no conviction. They say he's a convicted felon. So apparently in law, sentencing has to be rendered before the completion, and you can call someone convicted felon. That never happened, and Trump can now file for dismissal. But anyway, she says that a convicted criminal who spews so much hate could hold the highest office. Longoria, a longtime activist on behalf of Democrats, Latinos, and women, spent the last half of the summer campaigning for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I would like to think our fight continues, Longoria said in her profile, which was published this week. But as the Desperate Housewives star was still processing Harris's loss, she said she can't pretend to know what will happen next. America is a scary place. Under a second Trump administration, Longoria said, if he keeps his promise, it's going to be a scary place. Scary maybe for those who went to Diddy's freak-offs. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I don't know that she did. And what I would say, we have this updated article from The Hollywood Reporter. Eva Longoria clarifies she didn't move family out of the United States because of Donald Trump. They say Eva Longoria is clarifying her recent comments. The actress, producer, director unexpectedly called her friend, The View co-host Anna Navarro, during a taping for the show's The View, Behind the Table podcast on Friday. After Navarro answered the call, Longoria said, will you please let them know I didn't move out of Spain because of Trump? Move out of Spain. Navarro proceeded to note that her friend had moved before Trump got reelected earlier this month. I just want to stress this. If the conspiracy theory is that they moved out because of the Diddy files, which because the Diddy thing happened before the election, they all seemingly abruptly moved right before the election. You're not doing yourselves any favors, guys. Okay? Again, I'm not saying that anything untoward. I don't know. But I also think it's very strange that Ellen DeGeneres called P. Diddy Cuddle McSnugglestuffs. That's just kind of weird to me. Look, I know what the media is going to say, but who cares? They're irrelevant. Okay, we have what's called a preponderance of evidence, meaning not so much for Eva Longoria. She's just a celebrity who left. But there is evidence that leads us to say perhaps we should investigate further. That is, Ellen DeGeneres calling Puff Daddy Cuddle McSnugglestuffs implies a cuddly relationship with a man who for decades was or who is accused now for having over decades coerced women into untoward activities. I have to wonder why and what she was doing with the man. Now, it's not evident, it's not proof positive. And I always make this distinction. Evidence and proof are two different things. And this is what the media does. They conflate evidence with proof. So they'll say, Donald Trump says, comma, without evidence, comma, that thing happened. And you're like, no, there's evidence. There's just no proof. Proof. So what is it? The proof, bulletproof. That was, is that where it comes from? They would shoot something, and if the bullet didn't go through, that would prove it. And they'd say bulletproof. That, the bullet couldn't go through, it proved it. Or something like that. Prove is to definitively state we have determined it is such. Well, evidence can help you get there. But typically, you rarely have proof in any criminal proceeding. You have evidence. And then a jury has to weigh the evidence and make a judgment where they feel that the individual is either guilty beyond a reasonable doubt or not guilty. You don't prove anything. Now, to be fair, there sometimes is proof. And let's break this down, my friends, because people want to play these games. Confessions are not proof. Confessions are not proof. It's evidence. But there are often circumstances where people give false confessions because of coercion. There are instances where people give false confessions to protect someone else. You get a fall guy in the mob, and they say, look, you do this, you go to jail for 4 or 5 years, you will be taken care of. And so they'll give a false confession. And the system doesn't care. And often these prosecutors might just be like, works for me, case closed, we don't care. But proof is different. So I would say there is evidence of Ellen DeGeneres being involved. They called it baseless. But again, she calls P. Diddy Cuddle McSnugglestuffs. But let's go back to reading this. She says, I've been in Europe working for almost 3 years, Longoria explained. By the way, The article says that people just grabbed some clickbait stuff to be divisive, which makes me so sad. You know, everything just has to be meant to be divisive when we can't be that way right now. Right. The issue is we know that you had property in Mexico and Spain. And of course, with property there, you'd be going there back and forth. But with just before the election, you going there and saying you're not coming back, it's that's a bit different. Oh, we actually have the video.
Eva's calling me.
Oh, Eva Longoria, your friend?
Shut up. Hold on. Let me see.
Can you
These
answer and
people
put her
are
on speaker?
Awful.
Eva.
Hi.
Wait, don't say anything. I'm on a podcast.
It's the View podcast.
It's
Hi,
the
Eva.
View podcast.
Will you please let them know I didn't move out of Spain because of, United States because of Trump.
So what? Okay, can we talk about that a minute? Because actually one of our hot topics was
This came up today.
This came up today, and actually your name came up in the discussion. So, but you had moved before Trump.
No, I've been in Europe
Working.
almost 3 years.
And you've been working.
Well, by the way, the article says that. And people just grabbed some clickbait stuff to be divisive, which makes me so sad.
I don't blame her for that.
That this, everything you say is just meant to be divisive when we can't be that way right now.
But you did tell me that living in Europe, it had been like shutting off the noise.
Yeah, it was, being away from the constant 24-hour news cycle puts you in a bit of a bubble for sure.
And you're also working. You're working there. You did that Apple.
That's why I'm in Europe. I didn't leave because of the political environment. I left because my work took me.
But didn't they just say that she's been working for almost 3 years? I've been in Europe working for almost 3 years. But does that mean that she had been there the whole time? She had, she had moved before Trump, splitting her time, taping, blah, blah, blah. To note that her friend had moved before Trump. Wasn't it that okay, so she's been there on and off, but you did tell me you were living in Europe, had been like shutting off the noise, being away from the news cycle. But I respect that. And again, I want to stress this. The Eva Longoria thing, I think, is a huge leap in the Diddy stuff. It's clear clickbait and all that stuff. The Ellen thing, on the other hand, she called him Cuddle McSnuggle stuff. I don't know. So there's a bunch of celebrities and there's a bunch of viral videos, many of which I think are probably not true. They're coming after Ashton Kutcher as well. There are these viral videos all over TikTok because this conspiracy stuff does really, really well. It's celebrity gossip, it's conspiracy. And they're saying that there's tons of photos and videos of Ashton Kutcher with P. Diddy. And now Diddy is scared. I'm sorry. Ashton Kutcher is scared that he's going to get implicated. I don't know that any of that stuff is true. What I can say is I made a prediction that some of these celebrities are actually going to move out of the country after Donald Trump's election. And I was right. Let's start from the beginning. Let's go back to the yes or no with Michael Knowles. And here was the question. Due to the Diddy files, this time many celebrity promises to leave the country if Trump is elected may actually happen. And I said, I think so. Ellen DeGeneres has left with Portia de Rossi just before the election. Now, I'm not saying that they left because of the Diddy files, but they claim, it's they say it's not because of Trump. That's what they're trying to say right now, right? They're all trying to claim it's not really about Trump. They were already planning on having left, which just pushes it in the direction of the Diddy files. I don't know. What I can say is they're actually leaving. Eva Longoria says, I left 3 years ago. So she was saying that she's glad to be out of the country during all this stuff. That's fine. Because I don't know her. I got no beef with Eva Longoria. I don't know what she's on about. I'll give her some credit because everyone's happy that she helped fund John Wick. And that's a great movie, by the way. Ellen is woke as a joke and left just before the election. Maybe they see the writing on the wall. So there's a question about all the other celebrities who are fleeing. I doubt that Elon Musk's son is fleeing due to anything related to Diddy, obviously. Some of these people on the list may be, but I really doubt it. I think many of them aren't actually going to leave. They said they will, but some may. The question then becomes, will Donald Trump actually release Epstein files or Diddy files? I don't know. I'm going to say the answer is no. Now, look, I know that Donald Trump's cabinet picks so far have been like, what are we giving him? Like a B+? A handful of them are really good. Some of them not so good, but it's not a failing grade. It's like still pretty good. Pete Hegseth and Tulsi Gabbard are going to be great. I'm excited for that. And so I don't see Donald Trump going in with the nuclear bombs we thought. Pam Bondi will be good, but Matt Gaetz was the nuclear bomb. Trump's going to go in, and it's looking like he's prepared to get the job done, and he's learned his lessons from last time around. I don't know that he's going to go in and just instruct the DOJ to release these files and implicate tons of people. Maybe Matt Gaetz does. Maybe with the way they went after Matt Gaetz, he gets in there and then says, I'm special counsel now, and I'm going to start investigating all of these things. I think Matt Gaetz is going to be investigating the rumors. He'll be investigating stock, insider trading and things like that as a special prosecutor. The question is, will he be a special counsel for the president, or will he be a federal special counsel? We'll see. We don't know for sure. But I'm curious what you guys think. So comment below. Are we going to see many more celebrities fleeing? I don't know. Look, man, I think it's wishful thinking for a lot of people that Ellen or anybody fled because of Diddy files or Trump or whatever. I think Eva Longoria is probably telling the truth when she was like, working from Europe, the noise is gone. Many of these liberals, they just can't stand politics. They don't want to be involved. And we are facing an existential crisis. So I say good riddance to all of the ones who have fled X and gone to Blue Sky to just torch their followings, and good luck. Oh, they're coming back. They're crawling back. And the ones that are leaving this country, sure, leave it in our hands and let us get the job done. I'm going to wrap it up there. Smash that like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Become a member at timcast.com to support our work directly. And we'll see you all in the next segment.